logical. Tables, Chronicles, it's logical. Tables, Chronicles, it's logical. Tables, Chronicles, it's logical. In a world that's kinda cool, we keep our cool. Nice conversations when we about. Subscribe on Buzzsprout. Subscribe on Buzzsprout.
Okay. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, and good night, wherever you are in the world. This is Tables Chronicles, your boy Kidnapper, and right across from me is Reality Complex.
Yo, it's Jules, aka Reality Complex, aka Real Complex, aka Put the Life in Check.
Jeez. That's the boy.
Yes,
Yes, so today we are joined by the main man who has been blowing up on TikTok by the name of Venom, the Unapologetic.
Yes, that's me.
That's it. And
Yes.
to my right is TikTok.
TikTok
John on the right hand side.
Boom.
Yes, sir. So, Mr. Venom, the Unapologetic, has been on TikTok doing his thing and letting people know how he feels about a lot of scenarios and situations. So we had to make sure we have a conversation with him and get his blessings here to know exactly what's going on with him.
Definitely.
Generally, you know what I mean? So welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, that's how we do it. And because we're here, we always have to say cheers because
Yes.
we're about to start conversations with some real individuals.
Cheers. Thanks for the bigger.
That's it.
I like that.
That's it. That's how we go, man. But yeah. So Venom,
Yes.
what got you into the TikTok thing? Let's start with.
Well.
Actually, let's start this way. Where are you coming from? What part of London are you coming from?
North London, Tottenham. I come from Tottenham. Been in Tottenham all my life. I moved to Southampton for about 2.5 years because I got a son out there, and I came back to Tottenham, and yeah.
Southampton.
Yeah, I met a girl, sillily, and then I fell in love, and then I went to Southampton, and then was an idiot, and had a child, and then I got dashed out and came back to Tottenham.
Oh shit! So how many kids you got? Just
6.
what?
Yeah, but I got 5 boys and 1 girl. So when you lot was talking, I was just sitting there just saying nothing, just stretching.
5 boys and 1 girl.
Yeah.
How many mothers?
4.
Wow, you've been busy.
Why you been?
No, do you know what? To be honest, yeah,
they should not take you to any mother and daycare to give advice.
Actually, do you know what? To be honest, I had my first 2 when I was 21 and 22.
Oh wow!
And then I stopped. Yeah, then I stopped for about
2 seconds.
about 2 seconds.
It was too good.
Yeah, and then obviously you break up, and then I had 7 years of just fun, and then I met a girl, and then like I said, I fell in love. Must have been about 30 something, and then I had boom, and then I came back to London 2010, and then I met another girl, and then yeah, I got 3 kids with her.
Right, let me ask you. So you got 6 children altogether. Alright. In your family, what number are you with your parents?
My mum I'm number 1, and my dad I'm number 3.
Number 3. How many does your dad have?
He has 5, so I've gone past it.
Exceeded expectations of the son.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm better than my dad. Yes.
The legacy.
Yeah. Do you know
Oh,
what I mean? Yeah, he's got
Damn, man.
5, yeah. So I've got 6 kids and 4 baby. I'm mad.
I mean, you're busy, man. You're dealing with.
No, not really, because I only see 4. So 2 of them I don't see.
Oh shit! Why?
Baby mother drama,
Yeah, but you see, that's the nonsense that I don't understand with some women, man. I mean, yeah, you got pregnant. At the end of the day. So what? Do they have other children as well?
Yeah, do you know what happens? I think, like, you just get into a relationship and then you get to a point where you're like, I don't love you no more. Fine. But then you meet another man. Then when they meet another man, that man becomes their priority.
Yeah.
So if she meets my man, she don't care about you. She's got to make sure that he's
okay.
feeling alright.
Yeah,
and men don't say to women, look, do you know what I mean? Make sure the dad sees the child. Don't worry about me. I'm always going to be there. Just make sure. Remember, women don't really care about the children. To me.
Yeah, a lot of the times,
knowing their dads.
Many of them are quite funny like that. I agree with that one, but because it's something that we're always talking of anyway.
Yeah, it's true.
Actually, in the culture, it's a common thing.
Yes.
Because I don't know about you, like your parents. Did you grow up with your parents in one house or it was?
No.
See, there we go.
I grew up 10 years just me and my mum. He had his parents.
Oh, you had your parents.
Yeah, parents.
So what number are you then? This is John.
I'm the last.
TikTok John.
I'm last of 7.
Last of 7.
Yeah. But the most wise. The most wise.
Oh, is it?
You've seen everybody else's
Yeah,
mistakes,
that's
so
right,
you
yeah,
No,
learn.
it's not even that. It's not even that. Just everybody comes to me. So
Oh, really?
if they need advice, they come to me
Oh, really?
and all of
Okay.
that. So yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, just to touch on what you said, some women see their children as accessories, bro.
Yeah, real talk.
You know
Oh
what
yeah,
I
no,
mean?
there are. Many of them will see that, but it's just it's annoying that you've got because the way I look at children is that you're your own identity at the end of the day, regardless of how many things I come up with. You're
Yeah.
your own identity because
Definitely.
you follow your directions how you want to follow your directions. I'm just here to tell you go this way, go that way.
Yeah.
Because by the time you get to a certain age, you say my mama, dad.
Yeah, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So
And
it's just to that.
and that's how it was when I was growing up. My dad wasn't really around when I was little, so there'd be times when I'm waiting for him, he don't come, and you're crying. So until I got to secondary school, I knew him, but I didn't know him. It's only when I got to secondary school.
Yeah.
I got secondary school, and I had to go on holiday with him for a month, and it was like dreading going to holiday. But me going on holiday with him, I mean, it's like that. So it's funny how I lived in the house with my mum, but I'm not close with her.
That's what happens.
But I was close to him because God rest his soul,
Yeah.
he died, about 7 years ago.
Oh,
He
shit.
passed away.
Okay.
But I was more close with him because I went on holiday with him. So certain things my mum have done, I see because you had beef with him. I think that women can't see the difference between having beef with their baby father and then taking it out on the child. Because remember, we didn't ask to be here.
No, nobody did. Nobody did. We just came in.
We just came in.
Yeah.
So we didn't ask to be here, and
Yeah.
so I am. That's where I started off doing.
But I mean, we were talking about this last week. Funny enough, because remember what we were saying is there's a generation which is really is ending that generation.
Yeah.
Whereby these guys, because let's be honest, man, most of these guys were busy. Because my father had 10 children. I never knew the guy.
Wow.
I never knew the guy. So, going back on it, I came to meet because of a whole different emergency. I came to meet my my father's brother.
Yeah.
Now, everyone's like, yo, that's your uncle, man. I said, it's always going to be that to me, my father's brother, because I never
Yeah.
knew these people. And, when you sit down and you look at these people and you're listening to them, and you're like, you guys were crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, we are crazy, yes, but we're crazy with some responsibilities, because we're like, okay, my child needs to this, that, the other.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And I guess, I don't know if some people are responsible because they know that they have to pay child maintenance, otherwise it comes into their salaries. So I don't know if that's one side of it. I mean, we still have a few individuals who are always going to be straight up like ignorant. They couldn't give a damn.
Yeah, I think it just depends on the person and their background, their morals, their moral compass, how they view these sorts of things. Because some people will say, you know what, no matter what's happening with the mother, I'm going to stick around for the child because, it's important that they have someone there, they have both parents and they know like where they're from and, who they're connected to. And then you have the other side where the people are like, you know what, I didn't ask for this child to be born, I didn't agree with it, blah, 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 so I'm not involved. So I think it depends on, the person and their background and the morals and things.
Everyone has their limit in it.
Yeah.
Everyone's got their borderline, and if you cross that borderline, it depends on how that person is, how they respond.
Remember, if a man doesn't love the woman no more, then walks out, he's scumbag, isn't it? That you'd think. If a man came to you and said, I just walked out on my children, you're going to look at him like, really?
It's a peace of mind for himself.
Yeah, but we are trained to say that is waste. That's how we're trained.
No, there's people who will see it that way, but if you gotta remember, like I look at it from, I guess for me, I see a lot of things from the mental health perspective,
Of course.
and it's not because I am like deep into mental health, because I've seen people come in. I worked in in a hospital to know like, listen, there's some things I ain't gonna stand for, man.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that's why sometimes. And then another thing is, I look at my daughter and I'm like, listen, I'm your father, man, regardless.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I could be in Indonesia tomorrow morning, man. Even my daughter, she checks me like, what are you doing? And I accept that, but our fathers and our mothers, you would never dare try to do that. Can you? I don't know about you guys anyway. I'm talking about myself at this point because
No.
I know there's no way I could call my mom and say, "Why did you do this?" I couldn't even dream about doing that because I knew it was a beating I was coming with that. Like, why would you ask me such a question? And it's a beating.
Last week, didn't
Yeah,
we?
we did.
The way children respond to adults now is
Yeah,
completely
it's a
different
totally
to
different
how it was in our
ballgame.
generation.
Yeah.
There's certain questions that my son says to me, or he questions why I'm doing stuff. And I'm like, right, are you really asking me this question? Don't you know I'm your father?
Yeah,
Don't question me.
Shit.
But
You
you
know,
think that's
in my day, it would be a slap round the head, and then he start talking his talk, and I'm like, right, like it's different. I never had that type of perspective when I was young. Like these type of things never entered my head.
But is it because the parents are more soft? Because they can't do that now. Because if back in the day, if our mum was to beat us, none of us was going to school and telling the teacher, "Do you know what? My mum just beat me with the umbrella last night."
That's true.
We weren't doing that because we were so used to that we done something wrong and that's the punishment.
Yeah, that's the
But
punishment.
now, if you even go like that to your child and it goes to school and says, "You're finished." So I feel that the parents now are more soft and they want to be friend. Our parents never wanted to be friends.
Yeah.
They don't want to be friends
And
with us.
the thing is, I see like advantages and disadvantages to both sides because being a friend with the child, you can connect more with what they're doing, you know what they're up to, and then you can understand them a bit more. But then you kind of lose the authoritative side of things. So when you're losing, the discipline, you can't smack them. That line is no longer there.
Nope.
So when it does come to disciplining the child's like, "What would you mean? What are you talking about?" Like, I always looking at you sideways, like, "How dare you tell me I can't do that?"
You can't put your hand on me. I just divorce you. Them type of things, you know what I mean?
It's a very blurred line, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because like with my boys,
How many boys you have?
I've got 4.
You got 4 boys, no girl.
No girls.
Lucky.
No girls.
So your name just carries on then, basically.
Yeah, and it just carries on. But with my boys, I have that sort of friendship with them, but I make my yes is my yes and my no is my no, and I think that's where the blurred line comes. Because if you say to your child, if you do this, this is gonna happen. No matter how bad you think about it, and you think, "Oh, I wish I never said that." You got to follow through.
Yeah,
with it.
you have to.
Yeah,
You have to follow through with it, because if you don't,
You're
they
eager.
look at you like, "Oh," because remember they're always looking for the borderline.
Yeah.
How much can I push you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if you keep saying, "All right, if you do this, it's gonna happen," and then they do it, and then if you do it again, it gets blurred, and then that's when they lose the respect for you, because they're just trying to learn, innit?
Yeah.
And we're here to guide them.
To guide you, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, so that was it.
That family thing goes into it. Yeah, but anyway, so back to from
Yeah, so
from
that's-
North London.
Yeah, from
Tottenham.
North London,
Yeah.
I've got kids, and then I've
You
been in the
support Man
rap.
United.
Yeah, support Man United. I got into a rap. I was in a rap group. Can you dust this guy out? I don't even know why. I don't know why he's in it. Like seriously, I don't know why he got headphones on and in front of
What
the
team do you
mic.
support?
Liverpool's.
Hey, he wasn't chatting to you.
Liverpool.
Liverpool, my brother.
Liverpool gets rid of one player and they start playing shit anyway.
They were always rubbish. Just everybody else was crap.
You guys get rid of one player and that's it. You show the true. You need the player back. But anyway, back to where. Back to script.
So yeah, I've been into rap since I think I was about 11. I was into rap music, and
That's
then
a Tupac days.
yeah, even before that, because I'm
okay.
quite old.
Onyx.
Way
When you
before
say,
that.
When you say old, what do you mean
Like
old?
old.
What's old?
Run
How old do you think?
How
How
old
old do you think he
I
is?
am?
I wouldn't even say how old you think.
Just a
I am.
number.
No, listen.
Just throw a number out. Just throw a number
No,
out.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you exactly what I'll tell you.
Yeah.
You're as young as you
I feel. But how old do you?
You're as old as you are.
How old do you?
Yeah.
How old do you think I am?
You're not more than 46.
Is it because I said I was old?
No.
I'm 14, gonna be 50.
You're gonna be 50.
Yeah,
Ah,
I'm
see,
49.
there you go.
I'm 49.
Yeah, there you go.
So yeah, so back, Dougie Fresh days and all them days, and then the 90s.
Oh man,
and-
so you're going back to the.
yeah.
Oh man.
So then I was in a rap group called.
You're as
Legion
old as hip hop, basically.
Yeah, 74. We started when I was born.
Yeah.
So like, yeah.
So you age with hip hop.
Actually, I'm a
basically.
bit older, I think. So
What?
for it to be mainstream.
No, you say you're gonna be 50.
Yeah, 49. I'm gonna be
You're
49.
49.
this year,
Hip hop is
50.
49.
Yeah, so we're roughly about the same.
So it's gonna be 50 this year.
Yeah. Okay, it's a little bit
Yeah.
older than me. About a year.
Okay, there you go.
2.
But it's still same.
Yeah.
Right, it's still the same.
So
Listen,
yeah,
so you grew up when there was no phones.
when there was no
the,
phone,
when the phone was
when
like,
there was only, when there was only, when it, yeah, start again, you know,
okay.
that kind of, you know, CFAX, television turned off at 12 o'clock,
There you go.
them kind of days, no
Black
phone,
and white TV.
yeah, you know,
Put 50p in to watch TV.
yeah, you
bro.
know, black men dating white women weren't really the thing as black is now, and all them different type of things. So then I started a rap group in 1999. I was in a rap group. That disbanded, and then now the remnants of that rap group is in this rap group now that I'm in. Called
So what's it? Yeah, just might as well introduce
the new guys. Yeah, the new guys. I don't want to plug them because they never plugged me, but yeah. So when they hear that, they can hear that you never plugged me. But I'm plugging you. Yeah, so we're the new guys. So we've been around for about 7 years.
Yeah.
So during the time, I talk a lot. So a lot of these when we had our radio station, was saying you should go on to TikTok and all do that. But I was like, just gonna listen to me. And I'm gonna get dashed off in about 3 weeks. So when we had pandemic, I opened up an Instagram, but it was only for talking. So I'd only write certain things.
Okay.
And then after a year of that, I was bored.
Yeah.
So I thought, just do it. So I just did it. I started it, and then I've got people following me. I was on the road the other day, and some girl came up to me and go, "Oh, you've been unapologetic." How do you
Back
know?
again with another.
Yeah.
Back again with another.
Every day.
That's it. Back again with
The
another.
group, every day, the same thing. The other
Okay.
day, one of my friends from the area said that on his thing, and I'm like, I need to pattern this before.
Yeah, you have to get it, man. Listen, it's a business right there, man.
Yeah, so
Trust.
I didn't think that I was going to do this for very long, but it's a year later, and
stuck up.
I'm going.
I mean, that's how I found you anyway.
Yeah,
I remember somebody sent me. I can't remember what it was because now I've seen a lot of your stuff.
Yeah, so much.
Because somebody sent me and he goes, "Yo, you want to check this guy out?" Because it's somebody who was pressuring me about podcasting, basically.
Yeah.
And he was like, "You want to check this guy out?" And I was like, "Check him for what?" And he goes, "Just check him." And I said, Venom the Unapologetic, back again with another one, Nah, this guy, man. I was like, See, that's why I tell you I've been watching I've been watching the man. Wait. Every single thing you've said from there has got me like, whoa, hold on. What are you about to say next?
Yeah.
And it's like, you see what I'm saying? That's the thing. And I'm like, bro, this is not, because it's Venom even when I said it to you, what I said to you is Venom the Unapologetic, and I goes, yeah, back again with another one. That's the little
catchphrase that everybody says to me. Everybody says to me.
It touches with you, man.
God. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I've been doing that for a year, and I'm now trying to find the next. I go from here.
This is what I say, right? There's a couple of things that I always say. There's a couple of words I say don't exist in the vocabulary of doing things. We don't try, we do.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We don't try, we do. We do. You see what I'm saying? Because as soon as you start trying, you're preparing for a failure down the road. You see what I'm saying? So even for us, because we really should have shut this thing off 2 years ago, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are. There's a guy I was saying to this guy really. I think his problem was me, personally.
I think so. Because
yeah.
every time there was a certain opinion, it'd be the opposing opinion.
Yeah.
And then it would just spiral into something else.
It starts getting into an argument, and then he starts trying to bring factors. But the thing about me is, I'm a bit of a factful person when I sit down. Because even sometimes, even the person, that's when I sat down and I called Jules. I said, Jules, we got to do this now. Yeah. Is a guy called Mufti who was supposed to be a part of us here. Yeah. He's one of the guys who's like, yo, you come up and shock me half of the times I'm with you. And I was like, what are you talking about? He goes, how the fuck do you know some of the things you do know? And I was like, what do you mean, man? He goes, I was talking to you about a person, and the next thing you've come up with a solution, which I'd never expect from you. And then another guy called Olu, he was like, man, he came up and he was like, yo, listen, let me talk to you, man. I was like, what's up, man? He goes, listen, the way you deal with things and the way you are with people, you have more to show than being in this environment of work. You know, so I said, all right, cool, let me see how it goes, man. And then I walked into, there were some issues at work anyway, and then they called me in. As soon as I walked in there and I looked at everybody and I was like, why are you guys so serious, man? And everyone looked at me like, huh? I said, oh, you know, it's patients and blah, blah, blah. I said, all right, cool, but do you realize this is not your mother or your father's company?
Yeah.
And they all looked at me like, what?
Yeah, it's true.
Do you know what I'm saying?
That's it there, right there.
It's real talk.
Yeah, no, I said,
There's always someone somewhere that thinks they got shares in
Yeah,
the company.
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Built the company
yes.
from the ground up. And
yeah.
And
And I
they
said,
go,
yeah.
you know,
You just you're working to make him rich, bruh.
yeah. No,
Get it right.
You know, and I said, look, it's NHS first and foremost. This is a system that has had people in it. Like anybody goes off today, or somebody passes away tomorrow, there's
Fill that
another number
space.
ready to replace it.
Real
You got your pay slip comes in, it's a number, it's a number, it's
Yeah.
a number, it's a number. So why are you guys coming in here letting this place affect you?
Yeah.
And then I sat down and said, anyway, what did you guys call me for? And it goes, they all looked at me, they all started laughing. They go, it's true what they say about you. And I was like, what? They said as soon as you walk into a place, there was a way you come in that kind of has everybody completely confused with what you're doing. And I was like, shit, now I've been given three different sides of things, and I was like, nah, I got to do something now. And you know what it is? Because I've done a lot of things in my time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I look at myself sometimes, I'm thinking, man, you know what? This one is not, I'm not preparing for no failure. Because you know, one of my things is you know the book by Napoleon Hill. I literally put it on my I listen to it, man. I'm sitting down and I'm like, you know what? Everything that you do, you have to prepare for the wellness of it.
Yeah.
Not prepare for the
Failure.
trying.
Yeah.
You gotta make sure that you say you're gonna do, you follow suit to getting it done. This goes back to our conversation about athletes. Athletes, when they say they're gonna do
the power of belief.
the power of belief.
Yeah,
That's it.
how you got
You
to
see what I'm
believe
saying?
that
Yeah.
you're gonna
You-
succeed, you're gonna win the
You-
game.
you got
or
it. That's it.
You know, if it's a boxer, you're gonna
Yeah.
win
Yeah.
the match.
There you go.
You don't think about what you can't do. You think about what you
We
can.
can do. That's it. And that's the thing. It
Some
doesn't matter with
sometimes
age.
people speak death over themselves.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, a lot of people do that. I mean,
Speak
you
death
guys were
into
coming
it.
in here today. Somebody threw themselves in front of the train.
There you go.
You see what I'm saying? So people are so prepared for the downside of life. But nobody is prepared to tell you, listen, tomorrow morning I'll wake up with $1 million and I'll smoke a cigar and I'll probably drink and I'll probably have a few women around me
Yeah.
and I'll be smiling.
Smiling.
How many people, you know, as
Nah.
soon as you say that, your whole family, I mean, the whole family, you go to aunties and uncles and say, we knew that boy. Yeah, there's always, in a family, there's
Like,
always
whenever
that
they're
kid.
pushing you to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the one that's even pushing you, like the uncles, especially, like, oh, no, get straight, da. But he's waiting for you to just do something because he's like, you see those friends that you bring, those ladies. It's what these guys do.
Yeah,
You see what I'm saying? But anyway, so you see how we're going back
Yeah,
and
that's
forth to different things.
But
but-
that's a good interview. Yeah, so then obviously I do a bit of comedy. I'm not
really?
data pearl. Not. I'm funny, but
listen,
I just
do the
put
po-
it.
let-
I
let-
just
listen.
put it. I just
Let's
put
start-
it in
let's
there.
rewind it. Let's rewind it again. It's not that you do a bit of comedy.
I do comedy. I
Exactly,
do
let's
comedy.
do it.
But
'Cause-
what I try to do is say if there's a news clip of something, I don't know, Andrew. I try to find a way of saying that being rude, but not getting taken off for being rude. So what I thought was, if I say comedy and everybody laughs, when they're laughing, they're not thinking that, oh look, this guy's actually taking a piss out of this guy. I'm just laughing with him, so
Yeah.
laughing with him.
Yeah, you got
Big
something.
up,
No,
big
but
up.
to be honest, man, you've got something. I'll be honest, because bro, I've known this guy we've known each other for years, right? We've known each other for years. He knows my level of stupidity to a T. And if we will go on holiday, he'll be like, yeah, I'm with these guys, because it was before one of my cousins was here from the US, and as soon as the three of us, we went for his birthday. It was in Spain.
Yeah.
Nothing was planned. It was just like, let's go to Spain. In fact, even with the flight ticket, I was like, just book it and then let me know what the P is and I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? I didn't
That's
even
what he
argue.
does.
Yeah, I just like, just book it and then let us know the prices and whatever.
Yeah.
And when he booked it, he put me on it. And then the next thing I was like, oh, my cousin's not on it. So I called my cousin. I said, yo, these are the flight details, man. This is what it is. And my cousin's like, all right, cool. And he made sure he booked himself on the same flight too.
Yeah.
So we went to Spain. It was his birthday. Dude, the first night in Spain, put it this way, we got in, it was around 10 o'clock, wasn't it? Or 11. We got to the
Between
house.
that time.
It was around 11 o'clock. By 11 o'clock, we had dropped everything in the house.
Yeah.
Come outside the house now. We went to see what's going on. And you know how Spain is, man. Everyone's like, oh, free shot, come to our bar.
Yeah,
Free
yeah.
shot, come to our bar. It was a Nigerian brother that we met there. Now, with me, I can switch into accents very quickly. So as soon as it was a Nigerian guy,
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
Yeah, okay.
oh, how far, waiting to happen. That's me now. And then it's like, oh, man, who's this guy, man? And everyone be like, where the hell do you come from, man?
Yeah.
So it's just like, bro, man, let's get down. Bro, put it this way, long story short, by the time we went back to the hotel to sleep off, to the house to sleep off,
Yeah.
it was an apartment. By the time we go back into the house to sleep off, I woke up to go use the toilet. I've used the toilet, I've gone back to sleep. No problems. Bro, in the morning, we all get up and I was like, fucking another fucking night, blah, blah, blah. And he comes in and he goes, fucking hell, man. I was like, what now? He goes, you know you piss in the fucking drawer where I was sleeping. I was like... And I was like, what are you talking about, man? He goes, no, you went to the toilet, you opened the freaking drawer and you pissed. I was like, why didn't you stop me? He goes,
I was stopping the man. He's in mid-motion like that.
No.
I ain't trying to get sprayed up with all the
I
things
don't
there,
want
bro.
to see it now.
listen,
I like, let me just let him complete this
Yeah,
whole process
yeah,
right
real
now,
talk.
and I'll chat to him in the morning.
Yeah.
I am not getting involved in that.
I'm not getting young sprayed.
no, listen, it was like, what the hell? So by the time we came out, let's figure out what we were having for breakfast and everything else. As soon as we walked out the house, just like this, because the house is right next to the pillar.
Yeah.
The beach is there and the pillar is there, and we were just like, all right, let's go and find it. As soon as we got outside the house, hey, everyone's like, hello, yeah. We're like,
Who are these people?
Who are these people? Who the fuck are
Like
these
famous.
people?
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's the Nigerian guy that came back and he goes, man, I had a lovely time with you guys. And I was like, what are you talking about? What happened? And he goes, do you know the promoters who are promoting us into the clubs and stuff?
Yeah.
There was one particular one we ended up and he goes, listen, you guys brought a whole bunch of people to the bar. And I was like, huh? And I thought he was joking, but remember we got free drinks when we went to that bar. He was like, yeah, there's free drinks waiting for you as soon as you go to that bar, man, because the amount of traffic that you guys brought into that place.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, fucking hell, man, what the hell happened? And it's just, you start seeing different places you're going. It's like, hi. And it's like, wait, we didn't spend 12 hours.
Yeah.
It wasn't even 12 hours.
Nah, I feel like about 2 or 3 hours.
Damn.
Do you see what I'm saying? I was like, wow. So when I started seeing your stuff, and then we made a decision of what we're doing in terms to our podcast, really. As soon as I seen your shit, I said, nah, we gotta get you. I don't know how we're gonna do it, but I said we're gonna get you.
That's love for that.
So you see what I'm saying? So I was like, because you know one thing, I have been messaging you for a while on TikTok too.
On TikTok, but you know what?
Yes.
TikTok, I get so much messages, not trying to big up, but from some weird people, and like asking you, do you want to buy a spaceship? That type of nonsense.
See, now, I was gonna go into this
I get
actually.
this random jewelry.
Yeah, like
Whoa,
stupidness.
do I
like,
look like I want to sell girls jewelry?
Yeah.
What's that
It's just
about?
a lot of
So much spam on there.
weird message, or I like you, and I'm like, no, you don't, because you're probably an old fat man, and sitting at that home with like eating bourbons and.
So
you know what I mean?
because it was actually something I was gonna ask you, because I was gonna say, man, what is your reception you receive for a lot of people? Because I'm pretty sure you get a lot of these
To
crazy.
be honest, touch wood, it's been amazing. It hasn't really. It depends what you talk about. So if I talk about, say, like for example, I talked about when the footballer kicked the cat. Zuma kicked the cat.
Zuma, yeah.
That didn't go down well because obviously the white football supporters weren't really feeling what he was doing, and I was like, well, you had this footballer that's kicked this man and nobody was banning him and all that. That was the only one that really I got bad traction.
It rocked the boat.
They rocked the boat. Everything else, because it's comedy. I'm telling you, because I make people laugh and I'm not, directing it at the thing, everybody's cool with it.
Yeah.
It seems like I don't get nobody coming to me and saying anything derogative. And if they do, my way is, I like your opinion, that's your opinion, I can't change your opinion, I respect your opinion, let's keep it moving.
You know, and that what we said last week as well.
Yeah.
We something we said last week was that, listen, we will listen to you, as ignorant as it sounds, we will listen to you, but be prepared for us to also counter it.
Yeah, cool. And you're gonna have to.
Yeah.
Because somebody said that to me one time. If once you put something up, you open yourself out for people to. And I don't mind people having an opinion. But make sure the opinion you have is the right opinion and not some nonsense. Because you come and talk to me and it's not even what we're talking about. It's something completely different. But you just wanna.
You want the vent and you want that negative
It's
interaction.
the way you do it, isn't it? It's the way you voice your opinion. There's constructive ways in which you can say, you know what, I agree with this. I think this is right, but on the moral standing of this, I don't believe this is right. So it's just the way that you do it, I think.
And at the end of the day, no one has all the answers.
No.
At the end of the day, it's only
That's why it's subjective, isn't it?
yeah, it's everyone's opinion. So even what he's doing, it's his opinion on that subject. And you know, just open it up. Just let the forum deal with it.
Because I had a guy who made a video about me, and he was saying, why do English black men, we don't like English black girls? And I was like, one, why have you tagged me in it? Because I don't know who you are, so don't tag me in stupidness. And he's from Jamaica, but he was born in Jamaica, but he came here. So he's saying that all of us, man, we don't like black women. But what I'm saying to him is, Jamaican man don't like black women more than the English, because you will come over here, they will come over to Jamaica, you will get them pregnant, and then you'll send them back to England and not look after them. So we were going back and forth. But what I seem to realise is that he wanted my little energy from the people that was following me. Because now he messages me, oh, I like your video and da-da-da-da-da-da. So some people just try to leech off your energy and what you've got. So I've got like fans that will, I don't like to call them fans. I don't like that word as fans.
People
that appreciate
you. Or fam, I'll call you fam, then your thing. They like what I'm doing, and he seemed to think that because a lot of white people like my stuff, he thinks I'm a sellout. So he said, look at this sellout. Someone then came that was following me, stopped following me. She inboxed me and said, I didn't know that you were a sellout because you got white women. I said, does it really matter? Like, that's the thing that I see that I get in trouble about more, about black men dating out of your race. So when I put something up about that, that's when there's more confliction than if I put something up about Tony Blair or Boris, because everybody's cool with hating Boris, hating Boris, you know what I mean? But when
okay, you know what, I see that, but you know, that's interesting, but you know what it is? It's also, I always say one thing, because I'm a guy, literally, most women I've dated, actually, let me know what I'm saying, most of the women I'm always with, bro, I always go a black woman somewhere. And you know what it is?
It's somewhere.
Yeah. It's always you know, even one of my friends sometimes he starts with me, goes, man, it's a kid, man, because you know everyone calls me kid. He's like, kid. I was like, what's up, man? He goes, yo, let's go Birmingham. I was like, why? He goes, there's something going on. Let's see what's going on, blah blah blah. And I'm like, all right, cool, we can go Birmingham. And he goes, bruv, but this thing is like, this is full of white people, man. And I know you'll end up picking up a black woman from somewhere in the middle of somewhere. I was like, bro, listen, if you want to sleep with a donkey tomorrow morning, it's legal. That's your fucking business. Leave me out of it. You see what I'm saying? That's your preference. That's how you feel comfortable.
Everyone's got a different preference.
You know, I'll have to respect it. I'm not gonna tell you, oh, listen, it's not my balls that's gonna be fucking leaking out.
Yeah, it's not you.
When
It's not you.
It's
him.
Yeah,
Who he wants
it's
to
you.
go with is his
You see what I'm
business,
saying?
isn't it?
Yeah, because I mean, like the same thing. Because you know, I like, big backside.
Yeah.
Bring it here.
Some people like small backsides.
There's some people who say,
I like the front.
Some people like ironing boards.
Some people say, yeah, that's it. No, some people, listen, I call it a backward question mark.
Man's in the
Let's get technical.
you say backward question.
We'll figure it out.
Look, let me show you. Look, let me show you something.
I saw it, bro. That's why I busted out. I've seen people like that.
Look, that is a question mark, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a question mark, isn't it? That's a backward question mark.
He wants the backers, bro.
That's a double A, triple A.
That's some friction you've been hitting. You're causing a fire or something.
No, but
Like some matches. And
it is what it is.
It's because people nowadays, like when we were growing up, you didn't care what people thought about you, and that's how me and him are. We don't care what people think about us, but everybody nowadays seems to care about what people think about them. So they won't be themselves.
Okay, yeah.
They walk around with a mask, and then they wonder why things are not going well for them because
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
not being true. If you can't be true to yourself, you can't be true to anybody else. You got to find out who you are first and be true to yourself, and then you can walk through this life without any problems. You know what I mean? Because no one will come to you and look at you like, say, but last week you weren't saying that last week. That's how people catch people slipping.
Because you must have,
Yeah.
because you're on TikTok, right?
Yeah, I don't really post. You know what? If anything,
But just to
Snapchat
double back
is
on
mad.
that,
Yeah,
do you
okay.
think it's like this era of social media has kind of influenced people
definitely.
trying to
Yeah.
do stuff that they don't usually do, or trying to be something that they're not?
Everyone wants the quick buck.
Well,
And sorry, cuz.
cool.
The internet and social media, if you hit the right buttons, you can make a quick buck. So everyone's trying to make. It's just like when people started going into music. You know, no one makes albums no more. Everyone's making singles.
yeah.
Yeah, to make the quick buck, because everyone wants to make the quick buck. Get the car, get the watch, get this, get the gal. You know what I mean? And then dip out. You know, no one's got substance anymore. No one's got like what we was talking about earlier, a plan.
Yeah.
You know, I said this to someone the other day. If you don't have a good plan, you're destined for failure.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
And if you don't have a belief,
and people want to bypass the plan. And
You're talking about the long-term plan.
you always got to have a long-term plan. You know, you start off small. You make small goals. Yeah, to build, because that's all you're doing there. It's not about reaching the goals. It's building your confidence that you can actually do this. You make small goals. You hit those goals, then you think, all right, like Venom Unapologetic there.
Yeah.
He started off doing the Instagram writing thing. Didn't get much traction. Then he went on to the TikTok thing, and now that's blowing up. So he's making little goals, little goals, and now he's thinking, all right, now I've done this. What can I do next?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's how you got
That's
to
how you
journey.
build.
That's how you journey through life.
Yeah.
If you stay still for too long, you become stagnant and you start to stink, and then no one wants to be around you.
Keep it moving.
You've
And
got
there's
to
too
keep
many,
it moving.
and there's too many people doing so much, so you can't be stagnated. You can't just be
You gotta
sitting down.
be on a
You
roller
got to
coaster.
keep
You
on.
gotta keep
Like
on
going.
even with TikTok, if you miss like 3 days of putting something up, you're back.
Yeah.
You got to
Oh,
stop.
really?
Yeah. So say for example, I do a video a day
Yeah.
for a week. All them videos might get say 1,000 views.
Yeah.
If I miss 2-3 days, I come back, the video will only get 400 views
Shit.
because I'm not in that.
Not
You got to continue. And sometimes what I'm doing, it's a burnout because I've got to then make sure it's funny, it's topical. People know what I'm talking about. And it's sometimes I feel like I have to take 4 days out. But then when you take 4 days out, you haven't got the traction of everybody else who's got say 4 million, so they can take a week out.
And you guys get paid?
No. You have to hit, when you hit 10,000 followers, then all the brands then start.
Start
That's
approaching.
why, you know, have you seen the Tommy, the Cheyenne? You must have seen them people on TikTok.
I might have,
Light skin
but-
girl, and she's always with the different men.
Oh no, I haven't seen that.
Right, they,
I ain't even seen that.
yeah, she's with like, she goes out, she'll be with you today, and then next week she'll be at his house, and the next week it'll be your house.
No,
and
she
then-
ain't coming to my house.
then she'll be back. Her name is Cheyenne, and she's got a guy called Tommy. Anyway, they
You got what? Oh, wait, a gift.
the guy called
A
Tommy.
guy, not
the
a
guy's
guy.
called Tommy. Now the guy's
Oh,
called
I thought it was
Tommy,
a gig. I was about to
and
say,
his
man.
friend is called Chris. So she's been out with Chris. When I first was on TikTok, she was with Chris first. Then she went to Tommy. Then she went with Chris, and then she was with some next man the other day. But what I'm trying to say is that's drama. What everybody's going to want.
Yeah,
Everybody wants
It's
drama.
exciting stuff.
It's 5 seconds a minute. You're watching it. They hit 10,000. They got brands looking at you. Once you hit that 10,000 followers,
Okay.
that's why everybody on TikTok
That's the
goes
open.
crazy.
Ah.
So I've been a year and I've got 3,000. It would probably take me another 3-4 years.
No, not
No,
necessarily.
I would have to. What it is, I think it's about viral. It's about the one video that will hit and everybody goes and watch it.
Yeah.
Or you might need someone like a Chunk. No Chunks. You know Chunks.
Yeah.
Do you know how he blew? He blew because Drake. He sang a Drake song. Drake saw it, reposted it, and that's how he got 1,000. That's how he woke up. He woke up with like 100,000 new followers.
Yeah, but those guys are doing well, man.
Yeah,
They did very well.
Those guys are doing
Because then you
very
get
Yeah.
other entities that are interested in you,
Yeah,
and then you
yeah.
can spin off into
And you've
different
got to put
industries
on
and so
different
forth.
social networks. So you've got to do. So I do Instagram, I do TikTok, and now I've got to do YouTube. I ain't done YouTube yet. But my YouTube is like, it'll have 5 views. But what someone said to me is that you only just started. So you just gotta forget about, when you start, forget about the views.
No, you gotta push
try-
it. Just
just-
push
just-
it.
yeah.
The content.
Just
Yeah,
push
the
it,
content.
Get the content up.
Yeah,
So
the
it's
content will speak for itself, innit?
obtainable.
Yeah.
And then
So that's what I
work out.
gotta do. I gotta do YouTube. So I'm trying to find a way of what now, because you remember, it can only go so far before people start. Be like, all right, what's your next?
What are you bringing out next?
Yeah, what you're doing next?
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah, yeah.
right now it's new,
Merch.
innit? And it's not what I'm doing. I ain't seen no one else do.
There you go.
I seen people talking, but I ain't seen no. So like if I miss 2 days, my inbox, people are saying,
What's going on?
yeah, where's your
Where's
content?
it going? Yeah.
And now I'm getting people sending me content.
And that's a good thing, you know.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Yeah,
You
people
know-
are sending me content every day. Someone sending me content.
Talk about this.
Yeah, talk
You
about
know what's
this, talk
funny
about-
because when you say that
That's good,
sending of
'cause now
content,
you know what people want to hear.
Yeah,
so
wanna hear, yeah,
it's in
yeah.
a good place.
you know, you talking about the content. You know the there's a video because a lot of people send me shit. Because you know my thing is, I've always been sending stuff to Snapchat.
Yeah. I've got to get on Snapchat. Yeah.
Yeah, I've always put the craziest videos that I've got. Anyway, send them to Snapchat. And you know what it was? Because I have a group. It's football related anyway, or soccer, should we say?
Yeah.
For the-
Soccer.
for the Americans, as
For
they
the
say, it's a
Americans,
soccer.
yeah, soccer.
It's a soccer, UK, you know. But anyway, so I had a big following on it initially. My account got suspended, and I was like, fuck. I mean, it got cancelled.
Yeah.
Somebody kept on reporting. I was like, what the fuck are you reporting for, man?
They didn't
But-
like you. Yeah.
Yeah,
was
you
doing
know,
well.
it's like blah blah blah. But now I set up the second one. This other one I've set. I think I've got like 2,000 or 3,000 followers.
That's good, man.
Yeah. But you know what it is? I've got this guy's. It's football related. Most of these guys are Kenyan guys who live in the US.
Yeah.
I think it's about 3 or 4 live in the UK. But anything that happens, and there's one called Matters, which is everybody else that supports every other team.
Yeah.
And then we've got the Arsenal one. That's another one. Then we've got something else called Tailspin.
Mhm.
Now, any crazy shit that's going down,
Tailspin, you
no,
know.
it will come straight through to me.
Yeah.
It's, you know how crazy it is. You know the incident that happened in Ashford, Surrey, the girl that got the Irish traveller.
Yeah.
Bro, that video came to me from somebody in the US.
Wow.
Yeah? And then I forwarded it to him, and I was like, well, here we go. Because these guys send me all kinds of crazy shit.
Yeah.
So I started thinking, like, everyone, they keep sending me, I keep seeing it in the group, like the chats and whatever. So I said, all right, cool. Post it on Snapchat. I was like, yep, it's under 60 seconds. Boop, 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 boop.
Yep.
Out of nowhere, I started getting a following. And then all of a sudden, I'm getting people like, they're like, oh man, I like your stuff, man. And I was like, what? And I was like, what do you mean? Like, I'm like, you know, initially it's like, I like your stuff. And I was like, okay, you do know this videos have been sent to me. And I just posted them up and I left it. You see what I'm saying? Now I got to realize, oh, you know what? So every other day now, I even go to Twitter, I screenshot the thing, post it. Screenshot the thing,
That's what you
post
do,
it.
yeah.
Yeah. Then you get people now like constantly messaging me about different issues and different ideas. And there's some people who I'm like, you know, I guess you're online. We don't know each other. We never met each other.
Yeah, I got that.
But yeah, I got like in particular, I got a guy called Conan. He's Dutch. He's from Suriname.
Mhm.
And Conan, he as soon as he popped into my stuff, he was like, "Yo, man, I love your Snapchat, man." I was like, "Yeah, cool, man. What the fuck? Where you?" And he was like, "Oh, I'm in Amsterdam." And actually, it's because of you that I went to Amsterdam that trip. That
Oh, that guy.
you see, so I told you.
The taxi guy.
The chef. The chef guy started following my Snapchat
Yeah.
while I was there. I don't understand how he ended up on it, but he ended up on it. And I had about 10 people from Amsterdam following me, and I was like, what the? But this guy started messaging me, and then I was like, oh, okay, cool, man. Bro, since then we've never been to Amsterdam again. We were supposed to be in Amsterdam this weekend, funny enough.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we were supposed to be there this weekend, but the person that was meant to book the tickets, actually, he said he's gonna call me back because he's got some family issues or something.
But the weekend done, bro.
Yeah.
Listen, no, the weekend. No.
He
Listen.
ain't messaging nothing.
You know, no. I spoke to him yesterday. No, but let me tell you something about the weekend. The weekend is never done until you won the weekend.
That was that there was a comeback and a half. That was a comeback and a half.
The weekend never done until you want it done, man. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for me, bro, Friday, Monday, right? He would tell you Monday, yo, what's the plan? I said, anything. Let's do it. I don't care what day it is, because you know life is for living. It's for us. We're the ones that are breathing. You see what I'm saying? I had to bury my sister last year.
Oh,
See what I'm saying?
oh,
So, and I look
humiliation,
at it, yeah, bro, it's a fact of life. And I sit down and I'm like, yo, we're still living, right?
Yeah,
So why
yeah.
are we so stuck onto Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? If you go to the Arab world, Friday is a Sunday. You hear everybody going Dubai, yeah? Friday is a freaking Sunday. The Jews, Friday is a Sunday.
Yeah, that's the Sabbath, innit? That's the rest.
You see what I'm saying? And you know what? What confuses me about those two people though? They don't get along.
No.
Yeah? But they both agree on some things.
On some things, yeah.
There's a couple of things. No, there's a couple of things I sit there and I say, well, if you guys can agree on this, this, and this, why are you guys having issues, man? This life is for living, man. Because you don't eat pork. Both of you don't eat pork. Like, you both don't eat pork, and you all agree that the animal is supposed to be slaughtered in a particular way.
Yeah.
One is called halal, the other one's called kosher. See what I'm saying?
Listen,
But the difference is, it's because one is Jewish and the other one is Muslim.
Yeah.
We've
See
been
what I'm saying?
growing up thinking
Yeah?
that social media just come on the planet, bro. Social media's been here since the beginning of time because
Yeah.
people have been using social matters to
Yeah.
control people.
Bro.
You know,
Man.
I don't like you because of your color. I don't
Oh.
like you because of the way you eat. I don't like you because of a certain country you come from.
Oh,
It's a game.
You lay down with.
Oh yeah,
It's
oh,
a
yeah,
game,
oh,
bro.
yeah.
It's a game.
It's a big thing. Look, but I say, but those two people, I remain to say, those two cultures. For me, I want to sit down with two people from both sides and say, listen, what's the plan, man? Because every one of you drinks. Everyone drinks. Everyone drinks. If you don't drink, you're gonna say, I drink water, but you know, I've had my issues with blah blah blah. See what I'm saying? Because you know what? The thing is, there's a couple of, like, okay, Islam. And Jewish folks actually, let me say, even in Kenya, man, to be honest, because circumcision is a big thing.
Yeah.
It's a big thing. I got circumcised when I was 8 years old, 7 years old, 8 years old, or something like that.
Yeah, same as me.
In Kenya, it's man. Listen, you dare not walk into a place in some places in Kenya and say you're not circumcised because there's a derogatory term that will call you. And I'd rather
Places just in case I don't.
no,
Not trying to disclose anything, but
no,
you know.
no, the place. No, it's something that I start looking at it and I'm thinking, really and truly, what is the difference with it? Because when they got the what do they call it? The Jews. What do they call that stuff with when the person is coming to age, 16 years old, they do
bar mitzvah.
Bar mitzvah. They do a whole bar mitzvah.
Yes.
See how much money they put on that bar mitzvah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I see it, boy. I see a couple of films.
See
and
what
they
they're teaching a person and trying to tell you. But the only difference is that one will teach you how to invest your money,
Yep.
right? And
Yeah,
you got to
tell them
remember,
to spot.
and that's the part I admire Jews because they tell you do things that people like and people enjoy and people need.
That's one thing. That's one thing the black culture, or not of what our parents, from our generation didn't teach how to manage money and make money work for you.
Yeah.
We're always
There you go.
chasing money.
But that's because, but like we were saying before, it's because they were never taught.
Exactly.
They were never going to teach our parents how to make money and make us
No, it's
our
also not that.
foundations.
It's also not that. You know what it is? You got to remember, black people generally, and this goes back to our conversations of last week. Indians were never enslaved.
No.
They were never enslaved. Yeah, they said they were colonized, but
That's different.
that's
different.
but that colonization is nothing because if you look at the African continent and tell you they were colonized, till now, the place is still fucked.
Yeah.
A lot of countries are still like, what the hell's going on here? See what I'm saying? But when you look at the Indians, hey, they have all different people. They're able to build together because they rely on each other because nobody was ever able to penetrate them to the same level. But you see the black people that were never able to penetrate to that are doing quite well? Ethiopians.
Yeah.
Because Ethiopians, if you
And the
there's a
Haitians.
place, you know, the
Can I
Haitians, the problem with Haiti is this. Because as soon as Haiti was, you see, I admire Haiti for one thing because, hey, you bring us here, yeah, we fought back and told you to fuck off. But then you had, what's his name? One of the leaders then, he said that, yeah, we agreed to pay France a certain fee. Fuck off. See what I'm saying? But you see, when we talk about, like,
That whole
financial...
setup was weird, man.
Yeah, they were
France-
paying back France
France
because
was-
of
yeah.
you've
Money
seen
because
you've seen
someone-
liberation.
Someone put him there.
Yeah.
Someone put him there from America or from one of them countries. They put him there.
They
and
always-
made
they
him the
always
leader
do.
to do that.
They always do.
You know what I mean?
They place leaders in
Yeah.
certain positions.
They always put everybody out of bracket.
You see. Anyway,
everyone's out of bracket.
And if we ain't gonna like,
This is a discussion for another time. I've got plenty to say on that. But,
See what I'm saying?
But going back to what you were saying about the structure, do you not think that, like Asians, do you not think it comes down to the family ethics? Like, for example, Caribbeans, we can't tell our women anything. And I think it comes down to where Asians, because of their cultural situation, the Asian woman isn't going to get up and destroy this family base. Where the Jamaican girls or other Caribbean, whether you think it's right or wrong, they'll just get up and tell you, move. Where the Asian girls and the Turkish girls and the Greek girls, who that foundation is strong, they don't leave. Because remember, you can't do it without mum and dad. That would be perfect. If mum and dad in the foundation fighting together. But when you got one and one's over here, it don't work. But they have that foundation because they can't leave the house. Because if they leave the house, they're finished. No one doesn't want to mess with them.
Funny you say that.
Get disowned, innit?
I was chatting to a Muslim person online the other day, and I asked him this question: like, does it matter if the female is unemployed? And then the guy responded that in Islam, it's the man's duty, his job to go out and earn the bread, get the money, bring it back to the household. The woman's job is to stay home and look after the kids, and that's that. They're both happy in their roles, and that's how it patterns, and that's how it evolves. That's how it works. And I was like, like westernized world is different. Like women are out there earning more peace than the guy. They're developing their career. And then when they got a child, the child's going to a babysitter and all sorts. And the guy's saying, no, like, you know, it's better. The child is better off if the woman is there, like 24/7, looking after. That is a job. So that is more valuable in the household. So then the kid gets the full nourishment and the full support that they need.
All you want, with your children, you want your values to be placed on that child. And between the age, I think it's between the age of 3 and 5, or maybe a bit earlier, that's when the foundations are set. And then if you look at it, when do they want you to go back to work and send the children to nursery? When they're 3. So you're sending them into an environment where there's 1 or 2 adults looking after 30 children. What values are they going to give them?
Nothing.
True.
And then the child, and then you wonder why when you come back and you say to the child, it's time to go to bed now. And then you're wondering what's going on. That's because you know, when we had our first child, I told my missus, I was like, listen.
How long you guys been together?
Okay,
forget about it. That's about 20 years.
I mean, continue. No, you don't even want me to go down that road.
You know when they say wahala.
Right.
Wait, is she Nigerian by any chance?
No.
That was a stuntman car crash.
Where's she from then? If you don't mind me asking.
Hell! She's from hell. She's from hell.
Man said hell, you know.
She's from hell.
No. She's right.
You can't even get out. Look at him.
So she's Guyanese. So
she's Guyanese. That's right.
Guyanese. She got Guyanese, Welsh, Jamaican.
Oh, you're done.
She got all the bad man in her.
Listen, you're done. As soon as you say Guyana, you're done.
Ghana. Yeah.
I know these guys. Like, I have a friend. One of my boys the other day, I found he was like, oh yeah, because he likes white girls, and I was like, okay, cool, man. I mean, there's seasoning, there's unseasoning. It depends on how you want it. And he looked at me and he goes,
"Do you know the thing is?
Do
you know the thing is about that? Obviously when I grew up, I went to an Enfield school. So from 11,
you lot were fighting with the white people.
Yeah, so I was fought with them. But what I see now with that whole situation, I have no problem with whoever goes out with whoever. If you want to go out with a dog, you want to have a microwave.
Exactly what I said.
Do what you're doing. I just feel when it comes to women, they're all the same. Apart from obviously, I can sit down with a black woman and talk about certain stuff.
Certain things.
Only that, but that doesn't. But everybody else is still the same. Everybody's the same. The white women are the same. Black women are the same. There's no difference. If they want to nag you, they will nag you. But if they want to cheat on you, they'll cheat on you. It doesn't matter no more. I think in the 2023, it don't matter.
When did that change though? When did that change? Because that wasn't always the narrative.
No, it wasn't always the narrative.
It's not always the narrative. I'll tell you.
I don't know when it changed.
I'll interrupt you guys. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you what. it's not about it. There's nothing to do with when did this change, when did this happen. There's some people growing up. There's some people you grew up with, and you could look at them and say, man, as white as you look, you're one of the niggas on this side.
Yeah.
There's people. No. There's some people you sit down and be like,
Yeah,
man,
we know that. Yeah.
You're like, yo, you're on this side, man. So when people talk about narrative, it's like, listen, there's some people who really and truly, yes, they look this particular way, but you know they relate more, and that's the truth. Most of these people relate more to you culturally, immediately, as crazy as it sounds. Because I even seen the other day on Instagram, not the other day, but I can't remember when I seen it. There's this white boy in Manchester. Yeah. The brother was he has been speaking pidgin English, and I was like, okay, you've been speaking pidgin Manchester, how? I was like, do you know when Manchester comes in my head?
Pidgin English?
Pidgin English is Nigerians and Ghanaians that speak pidgin English.
Oh, okay.
And Sierra
You
Leone.
say pidgin English?
Yeah, pidgin.
Pidgin, right?
Like a pigeon. There.
No. They spell it Pidgin. Pidgin.
Okay.
Pigeon.
They speak pidgin, you know, and then you go. Here's the thing: you go to the Caribbean, you speak patois.
Yeah. So it's the same.
Like,
It's just broken English.
It's like they're trying to say it's not proper English.
It's
not proper
basically it's broken English for
broken
everybody.
English, yeah.
But the thing is, everybody knows that pickney and pickin is the same freaking thing. So there's some things you're like, hold up, wait, what? But here's the thing: the guy was there and he speaks pidgin English, and I was like, that's interesting. How the hell did you end up speaking? And the guy goes, you know what? Growing up, I grew up in an estate, and I think there's this Nigerian family that was living in the same estate. So the woman would be like, come, eat your food. And the guy was like, man, I would go there and eat my food because guess what? I go to my mum's house, there's no food.
Yeah,
right, hold on. So, hold on. So, do you know Pinky? Have you seen Pinky on
TikTok?
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Right, because we was having this, she was having this discussion the other day. All she does is talk patois.
Yeah.
So someone said to her, "You're a white girl. Like, why are you talking that?" And she said exactly the same thing. About she was adopted by a black family in Brixton and she was around everybody. Now me personally, they don't run it with me, because if I was brought up around Asians, I wouldn't be using the accent. You see, when you start putting on accent, that's when I feel there's something different. There's no need to put on the accents.
But you let me not lie. Yeah, you've brought now. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever seen anybody trying to be Asian?
No, because you know why? Because white people have made black, especially Jamaican, cool. So it's, remember that you just said,
white people that made Jamaican cool. No, hang on.
Highly influential.
Let me drop down. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you.
For me, it goes on to another topic of, you know, are we really taking ownership of the business side of it?
This is thank you.
Hey, you put the clap on. Put the clap on.
That's what it is. No, I'll go back to saying this because last week we were having a conversation here. We're talking about African Americans. I said the most influential black people in this world, African Americans. Yeah. Those are the most influential. Now, that is changing a little bit though, because the Nigerians are beginning to take over. You can see. They've taken the West Africa.
No, but that's what you got to think of. Yeah, the business side they're taking over, but you got to see the full front side.
Every single thing they've taken over. Every single thing that's been taken over when it comes to black people, the Nigerians, the Ghanaians, the Nigerians are number one, Ghanaians are secondary, right? They've taken over a lot of things. And do you know what? There's a place in West London that's owned, I forgot the name of the guy, but he owns literally the whole street. Nobody knows about this. The guy owns the whole street. Louis Vuitton is one of his people renting from him. Thomas Hilfiger. Tommy Hilfiger. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's Thomas. But Tommy Hilfiger.
Thomas.
The big names are renting from him from the 60s.
Plug his name, bro.
I'll have to Google it.
Find it and plug his name.
No, I'm here because that's why the computer is there.
You need to promote people like
exactly
that.
because
to inspire.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
That's it right there.
But that's
it right there. Issue. You have
that's
like specific people that reach this echelon, but then there's no one to join them, and then it doesn't trickle down. Just
I don't think they want to.
They keep it in the shadows because if we realise that there's something that we can aspire to, it's over. It's over.
You see, that's the thing about it. Because
I always
got to promote black success.
Because
all they do sorry, cuz,
Yeah, cool.
all they do is promote our negatives, bruv. And
Yeah,
they
it's
and even if the negative is like that, they make it big like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, but don't you think that we do exactly the same? Like, for example, we love all this drill music. Now, listen, kids are making their money, they're doing their thing. It's not for me, but I feel that that's what's always being pushed. We're always being pushed negatively out there. We're just crabs in a barrel, bruv. We're all trying to get
but this
out.
is the thing.
But with that,
I think it's how you view it, because there's negative connotations to it, but there's also positives as well. You know?
Do you think?
Yeah.
To drill music?
Yeah.
No,
you
no,
can.
I understand. Because remember,
So the
see.
artistry, when you look at it from an artistry point of view, you know, if you give someone the outlet to express themselves and take that energy instead of on the street but in front of a camera, in front of a microphone, then they have somewhere else to expel it. Do you get it?
But-
I agree with you, but also this is why me and him have butt heads with this,
Yeah.
because I agree with what you're saying. It's an outlet, but why has that got to be the outlet?
Yeah,
And
that's
that's
what
where
I'm
I agree
saying.
with him.
Yeah, why does it have to be violent?
They promote our negative music.
Too much.
Look back in the day. Look at Marvin Gaye. What was he singing? Was he singing about I'm gonna come around your yard and shoot you so I can sex your gal?
But this
But
is
no,
the
you know,
thing.
but you know what? When you say that, right?
So let's
Now, hang on.
let's
Go,
just
go, go,
dive
go.
deeper into that.
Go.
So let's talk about this culture of negativity and, you know, gangland stuff and so forth. So I was looking at Sweden, and they have a big gun problem. at the
you
moment.
showed me that video. Yeah. 46
And
people dead.
An interesting
But
thing that they
That's
said.
not in the main media. That's not in the mainstream media though.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's what I'm saying.
Because it's a European country, but we'll go
Yeah.
that direction. But my main point is talking about the impact of gangland activity in these areas. So what they were saying is that these acts of violence are more dominant in these areas because of the fact that the people there are immigrants or they're from different countries, and they're given less opportunities by society. So it's not necessarily the people's fault who are in these areas, like housing estates and so forth. It's the fact that the country that's put them there has not given them the outlets,
The
or not given
resources.
the resources, the opportunities to make them feel inclusive into society. So then they're gonna, instead of them going to the job centre and trying to find that pathway of getting a job and so forth and looking at it as something they can do, they're looking at, you know, Tommy next door who's got like a pack of this and that and wants to shot it and can sell it and get money
But that's
in like half an hour.
that's the rat race that they create, because they make you think the only way you can get out of this situation is by doing
trying,
this.
And
They shut the doors on us.
But this is what I'm saying.
And I'm not talking about just black people. I'm talking about anyone who's on the
this is
poor
what I'm
side of society.
No,
That's what they do. You know what I mean?
see,
They
your
shut those
argument-
doors and then they funnel you into this
So
channel.
this is what I'm saying. So this is what I'm saying. It's not necessarily the children's fault, the teenagers'
No.
fault why they're doing this. It's what they have in front of them. It's what they have to use. And so, for me,
I don't know.
using the microphone, using video camera, is an outlet for them. And then it's up to us as, like, even when you're going back to people putting stuff back in the community, these people that own, like you said, own the Louis Vuitton and the rest of it, that guy, someone like him needs to come back to the community and then open up a community centre where you can have different things and
this is
show
where-
or show yourself to
So I'll tell you,
the public.
this is
so
why I
that
interrupt
these
you.
people that think that they have limited opportunities can see there's someone that looks like them.
No,
can
that's another one.
succeed
That's
in
another
society.
matter. So wait.
Do you get it?
So wait.
And that's what we need to do.
you've
We
even-
need to take
I'm
ownership.
seeing things on the man's computer. Yeah, that's blowing my mind right now, bro.
You see, that's why I'll interrupt you, because I'll tell you why I'm going to interrupt you, right? When you watch a Hollywood movie, the cowboy movies, Clint Eastwood and all them, man, they were busy killing people every day. Yeah, they were riding freaking horses and shooting at people, and you wouldn't think nothing of it. Yeah, black culture has always reflected in music. Yeah, no matter where you go.
Yeah.
Like, even when they show you about slavery and all of that, the drums,
singing,
the drums
singing,
were,
yeah.
the
That's
drums
where
were.
our music comes from as well, from
this,
hardship.
That's what I'm saying.
We used to
So
sing
the
on
drums,
the railroads.
so it
So look,
reflects.
and even the languages you guys are talking about,
Th-
pidgin,
that's what I'm
patois,
saying,
it was
everything.
created so the
So
slave
that it could
masters couldn't
create-
understand their
Exactly.
communication. So it all
Exactly.
derives from
This
that.
is where I'm going. You see. So when you go to Hollywood, when you go watch a movie and you pay what? How much is the ticket now? 15, 16
I
pounds?
don't know. I boycott cinema. And
£10. I go to cinema all the time.
What is it? 10 pounds. That's how you know you got a white girlfriend, because you go cinema all the time.
No, I don't even go.
I'm joking.
How about myself?
I'm joking.
Hey, what that boy got? What a gunshot, bro? What a gunshot? Man shot shots, bro.
You got shot and I'm not part of it. I got a TikTok to run. I got a Disclaimer, not involving that statement. That was a deep statement. Wow.
No, I'm joking.
No.
No, check this out though. No, listen, on some real shit.
Say them things there, bro.
I really got in there. No, you know what? I knew. No.
Come on, see away from him, bro.
Listen, I knew. Listen, let me tell you something. I know if there's one thing, I'm good. If there's one thing you can know about me, I'll always have the last little word that'll be like, man, you just fucked everybody up with that statement. No, but anyway, let's get back to the reality. Let's back to the reality of things, man. That was a joke being said. No, when we watch Hollywood movies, we watch Hollywood movies to see who's going to be killed, what the investigation is all about, blah, blah, blah. Right? When you listen to music touches a little bit different, but music touches on the hardship of people. Yeah. But then you also have a generation of people who are bringing in the music and talking about stupidity. But guess what? This stupidity kind of brings in a crowd, because the reality of it is we are not living.
Stupid love stupid company, bro.
No, but not only that, we're not living. This is what I was saying last week too, or during the time of the football managers. Oh. We are not living in Africa. We are not living in the Caribbean. We are not living in any South American country like Brazil that has a lot of black people. We are living in Europe. Europe has Europeans. Yeah. You and I are both black. All four of us here are black, right? So we identify as British citizens, but then they ask you any other question about it, it comes down to, oh yeah, you're black British, and then, okay, what's your background? This goes back to that woman that
I thought my thought was I'm Chinese, bro.
You see,
I fucked them up, bro. They're like, what's your ethnic background? Chinese, bro.
Why you see? There you go. But you see.
Yeah, why they got to ask all that, bro? Like,
Alien.
No, but it's for all that. Oh yeah, it's for statistics and all that crap.
Yeah,
but you see what I'm saying? But what my point is this, yeah, is that anything that goes out in the public, whether it's music
Tables, Chronicles, it's logical. Tables, Chronicles, it's logical. Tables, Chronicles, it's logical. Tables, Chronicles, it's logical. In the world that's kinda cool, we keep our cool. Nice conversations when we about. Subscribe on Buzzsprout. Subscribe